Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Unrestricted Sports. This is, I believe, episode 3, or episode 4, day 3 coverage here. We're talking Atlas Archers. It's just me today, no Ben, no Brendan. Redwood's Chaos got postponed to tomorrow, so we will definitely cover that game for you. But talking Atlas Archers for now, it was a very close game all the way into the end. 11-10 final in favor of the Archers. A little bit of a blown call. Not a little bit. It was a blatant blown call by the refs. Archers somehow got a timeout off when it was clearly a loose ball. Replay showed it. The announcers were talking about it. Blatant mistake by the refs there. Ended up costing the Atlas the final possession in the last, I believe it was like sub 20 seconds. So Archers chewed some clock to give Atlas basically zero time to really get a last chance effort in. Statistics wise, you look at turnovers, again, high for the Atlas. Similar with the Archers, but it seemed to affect the Atlas a little bit more. Obviously losing by 1 there. Going over general game notes, a lot of sliding issues for both teams. Atlas in particular had trouble sliding across on Tom Schreiber sweeps. And then Grant Amon, obviously, burned. Kyle Hartzell comes to mind, and Kevin Unterstein as well. So definitely problems that the Atlas need to fix, and Archers as well. Just need to get their slides up following Pinnell passes and drives from Axe to the goal. In terms of general game notes wise, that's about it. Sliding issues and the blown call at the end were about it. Looking more closely at the Archers, first half was a little troublesome when it came to passing, specifically diagonal passes, from Axe to the top, etc. Just a little spotty, couple turnovers there. In addition, their first half, specifically their first quarter, I think they hit 5 posts. Atlas seemed to have their fair share of pipes as well, but it really stood out for the Archers in the first quarter there. And then this last note on the Archers was just ball watching on defense a couple of times. Brian Costable comes to mind on his 4 goals, 5 if you count the 2-pointer. A lot of that was just no slide to him, and he capitalized on it. So that's about it for the Archers. All around good game for them. Notable players here was Ament in his debut, got the hat trick. And then obviously you have Schreiber with 2, and then Mazzone also had 2. So pretty good showing for them in their first game, moving to 1-0. Atlas moving to 1-1. But we'll move on to the Atlas here. A couple more notes for them. So they had trouble all around again, similar to their first game, but this time losing by a goal instead of winning by a goal. Slides, like I mentioned, they missed all 3 slides on all 3 Amon goals, which was mainly ball watching or just also the speed of Amon. You can't deny the great play that he has. Next up for the Atlas, you just have, again, ball watching, like I just mentioned, a huge problem. I don't want to keep repeating myself here, but it led to a lot of the goals and arguably cost them the game, or at least a couple of goals there in the first half. Notable for Atlas as well was their face-off this game. They won 13 out of 24, but I think what's really killing the Atlas is these face-off violations. Baptiste isn't taking a lot of face-off violations, but he's taking his fair share, and there's no backup face-off guy. So Jeremy Thompson had to come in and take a few face-offs, and he had to take the last face-off of the game with 34 seconds left. So having Jeremy Thompson take a big face-off at a key moment wouldn't pay off. You wouldn't think would pay off, and it obviously didn't. Specifically, we'll move to defense for the Atlas because that seems to be where a lot of the issues lie. Offensively speaking, they're pretty sound, similar to the Archers. Seems to be the defense where all the problems lie between these two teams. Kincannon obviously played stellar again. He had 16 saves with a 59% save percentage. Absolute spectacular play all around on crease and everything like that. just big time saves that kept the Atlas in this game. Again, another great second half outing for Kincannon and the Atlas. Moving on to the last note I have here for the Atlas is their picks, or the Archers picks up top, and the Atlas seemingly bagging off or sagging off of the pick, which gives players like Tom Schreiber, and then also left, I believe it was Manny open on those 3 goals between the two of them. So obviously not a huge problem, but definitely something that they need to work on. It's not like they have a high chance of playing the Archers again in this season. But it's not like the Archers are the only team that set picks up top with big deep ranged middies, I'll say. So that's about it between the two teams' notes. Big names for the Atlas, I have obviously Costable. He had 4 goals, one of which was a 2 bomb, so technically 5. Romar Dennis got his first goal as an Atlas. Cloutier had another goal, and then obviously Pinnell wrapped one up there at the end. So overall, pretty disappointing game for the Atlas. A very solid start for the Archers and showing the promise in Grant Ament. And then again, the key between their 2 goalies, one in the first half, Gettleman, and the other in the second half in Drew Adams, proving to be a key tandem. So yeah, that about wraps up Atlas versus Archers. Next up on the Atlas schedule, I believe, is the Whip Snakes, and that'll be. I'm looking here real quick. Yeah, Atlas Whip Snakes will happen Thursday. And then next up for the Archers is tomorrow against the Water Dogs. So Water Dogs are coming off that loss to the Atlas. Water Dogs are coming off of the loss to the Atlas. Archers are coming off of the win against the Atlas. So it's the battle of the two teams that either won or lost by 1 goal. I would definitely give the favor to the Archers simply because they beat the Atlas, but the Water Dogs, just like when they surprised the Atlas, can surprise the Archers as well. It's not like this Water Dogs team is to be taken lightly. So definitely interesting to see. But we will be back tomorrow to cover Archers Water Dogs and Chrome Redwoods. So thanks again for listening and watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys all next time. Peace.